All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the spring semester of INF360. Hopefully you guys are here for programming in Python. If you guys don't know me, my name is Jason Zeller. I teach primarily cybersecurity content in the Department of Informatics, but I do teach the Python course for about, 4 or 5 years now. We typically have anywhere from 25 to 75 students that I teach at the same time. So this is the first semester I only get 25. That's great because 75 is a lot in teaching there. So little things about the course. I record all these video sessions, and there's going to be ones from previous semesters out there. So if for some reason you can't make it to class or something like that, you can email me. That would be great if you do that. But I don't take attendance in here. It's up to you to show up and actually do the class. Okay? It's college. You're all adults now, whether you like it or not. So show up for class. If you stop showing up for class, trust me, you will fail. It's just happens every semester. So show up if you can. For those of you that are able to attend online, say you're sick at home, jump into the WebEx session or the Zoom session. It's up there, no different than you're showing up in this class, right? So do that. A couple other things before I jump in the syllabus and everything else. I got to pull up this one thing here that I really hate to do, but every semester I deal with this. Academic honesty, all right? Some instructors are going to do this. They're going to talk about this. There are at least 2 assignments in this class that if you can't figure them out, you go out on the internet, you get the answer, you post the answer, I fail you from the course, okay? The answers that are out there on the internet are not even the correct answers. They're on Chegg, they're on My Course Hero. Every semester, somebody freaks out, doesn't get the assignment, can't understand it, post the answer from those 2, I fail them from the course. No questions asked. If they want to try to defend themselves with the academic council, great. That's not for me to decide anymore. So if I see those answers from the internet, I don't even ask questions, you're done. Okay? I have to tell this every single semester, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. I failed 20 some students in the last year over this. Guess what? If you don't turn in those 2 assignments, you can still get an A in the class. Don't cheat on the assignments. It makes no sense. All right. If you have questions on the assignments, you can always email me. All right. I also have my office down here in Hammond Hall. By all means, stop by my office, ask questions. If you email me, your chances of failing this course are very rare. So if you're struggling on some piece of it, just don't figure it out. If you email me and try to meet with me, those are the students that just pass. All right. I'm pretty easygoing, pretty flexible, due dates, all that kind of stuff. I'm really easy to do. Just don't stop showing up to class, get to the last assignment and cheat on those 2 assignments. Otherwise you'll fail. All right. I hate stressing this every semester. People don't take me seriously. And I've failed seniors that are taking this as an elective and they did not get to graduate. They think they were walking in the spring and they failed. They took back the diploma. Don't be one of those students, please. Okay, just don't cheat. All right, I digress from that. Textbook for this class, it's open source, no book you got to go buy, no special stuff. You come out here to automate the boring stuff. Pull this website up. Come down here and you can get access to the different chapters that are in there. I individually link to the chapters, so you don't have to scroll out here and do this every single time, but that is your textbook, so to speak. All right. That's the material you should be reading, going through, that kind of stuff. When you come to class, I'm actually going to cover the highlights of the stuff you need to know, but you should go through and read that material. All right. What else we got in here? Emailing issues. When we get all this set up and you start writing Python files and you have issues with it, right? You go to email me that file. You cannot email me a .py file. Outlook will immediately block it here on campus, which means you need to zip it and then send the zip file to me in email. All right. It's really easy. If you forget, you send it to me. I just say, hey, zip that, resend it to me because it gets blocked. When you submit your assignments on Blackboard, you can submit the .py files. That's fine. It's just Outlook blocks them on an email. It isn't until later in the course when you may have more than one file. If you have more than one file in the class or in a project or whatever you're doing, zip those together and submit the one zip file. Don't submit multiple Py files on Blackboard. It doesn't work very well. It's easier just to zip it and send it. But That doesn't mean zip everything and submit it to Blackboard, because it's really a pain if you zip it and it's just one file inside. Okay. Not as bad this semester because I'm only grading 25 of them. Way harder when there's 75 students. All right. Live link. We're here Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. till about 10:15. Most sessions will be close to the hour and 15 mark because we only have 2 in a week, right? So Monday, Wednesday, and then we're done. No Friday classes. Again, everything that's in here for these sessions, I always record them. So if you miss class, no big deal. It's just like you were here. If you are sick, do not show up in class, please. Like, you're adults and I don't want your germs. So I say that meaning that I've got 2 kids at home. They're going to bring me all the germs I need. I don't need your guys' stuff too. All right. Stay home, log into the Zoom session. Nothing's different. Take care of your cold, disease, whatever's going on. Take care of it. All right. There are old recordings, as I mentioned, in there too. So there's last falls in there. There's the last spring, last fall, last summer, all that's in there. The reason I do that is students have requested those. So if you don't get some concept that we're teaching inside of here, take a look at the old videos, because some student may have asked a different question and that answers what you're after. Or I presented it in a different way in a different semester, because it's usually based on what I'm seeing in the classroom. So if you guys are having questions or what else, please ask questions. You're not the only person. One of the other 75 students has the same question. All right. Happens every semester. Don't be shy. Ask questions. All right. What else we got? Let's pull up syllabus. Let's do the old general syllabus thing. All right. As far as the course, how it gets laid out, every week is out here on the syllabus, so you can go out, figure out what you're doing each week. All right. First week is introduction and some Python basics. We're basically just going to get everything set up today. All right. Each week is a different content. We'll go through that material. You can see that you will have at least 3 weeks to work on your midterm project. I show 2 here, but that also falls right in line with spring break, right? So you end up with 3 weeks to work on this project. In the final project, you end up with almost 3 weeks to work on your final project. All right. Is that enough time? I have students that take this during intersession. That is a 3-week course, exact same course. They get less than 3 days to work on a midterm project, and they get less than 3 days to work on a final project. All right. Yes, it's doable. That's tons of time, which means use your time responsible in the class. There's only 4 homework assignments. There's only 3 quizzes, and there's 1 midterm exam. Other than that, you have a midterm project and a final project. All right. So it's not like you're going to be doing stuff every single week. There's some weeks there's no assignments. All right. What should you be doing in that? Working on your midterm project. You will get lots of class time to work on your midterm project. In other words, if for some reason you don't turn in a midterm project by the end that is due, you wasted some time for 3 weeks getting that done. All right. When we get down to the final project, I schedule an individual meeting with every single student. It's a 30-minute meeting. We go over your final project, from the things that you did on your midterm project. And I'll talk more about midterm projects, final projects, but the midterm project, you'll do an assignment once you get to that stage, right? It has a rubric and everything that's required in it. If you turn that in, there's errors on that. I grade that, send it back to you. You fix those errors for the midterm or for the final project. I end up giving you back half that credit. So say you got a 70 on the midterm project, you fixed all the errors that I told you to fix, you can get back 15 extra points, end up with an 85 on the midterm project. Then you actually have the final project. So the final project is an extension of the midterm project. If you go off and choose to do 2 separate projects, because there's always that student, that's great, but I won't give you credit back on the midterm project. It's intended to be a project that builds throughout the course. All right. Again, we go through that final meeting. That is where I grade homework assignments 3 and 4. So you won't get immediate feedback on assignments 3 and 4. We will do that during the final project meeting. So you'll get the grades on those 2. Hint, hint, those are the ones that people cheat on. It's really hard to cheat on assignment 1 and 2 because they're your own programs, right? So that's the other part of this. When we talk about homework assignments, I tell you what needs to be in the assignment. How you do that is entirely up to you. Meaning, I want this, this, and this. What do you do for a project? That's entirely on you. Same way with the midterm project and the final project. I don't tell you what you have to do. I just tell you what needs to be in the project. So the benefit of that is I don't see 25 or 75 of the exact same project, right? I'm looking for put your own creative flair on it. Midterm projects will go anywhere from text adventure games to they're doing some projects. So some of you are here are not informatics majors, right? I'm assuming there's quite a few, right? I have biology students, chemistry students, I have nursing students. Everybody takes Python because Python is in everything, right? So there's a wide range of students that take this class, which means I see a wide range of projects. Don't submit a general tic-tac-toe game. I'm tired of 75 tic-tac-toe games, okay? Like, put your own flair on it. If you're going to do some kind of tic-tac-toe or a hangman or whatever it is when we get there, just make it yours. If it's some generic project that I've seen 900 times, I will tell you that on the midterm project reminder, and you will have to fix it by the final project. Okay? Anybody have any general questions on the layout, projects, that kind of stuff? Trust me, it's simple. This class is not hard unless you just don't show up and don't do any work. And even then, I have students that still find a way to pass. Okay? All right. Assignments were 15% of the class. Quizzes are worth 20. Midterm projects 20. Midterm exam is 25. There's a whole review we go through on the midterm exam. If you're paying attention to the stuff that's on there, same way with the quizzes, when we get to that, I'll explain that a little bit more. I bold and underline important things in everything. So if it's bold and underlined, relook at it, look at it again. I'm literally hint, hint, wink, wink, look at this kind of thing. Okay. Same way in the midterm project. If I have something bolded, then you probably ought to do something with the bolded or something that's underlined. That's even more important, saying, hey, look here. Okay. Again, the only people that fail are the ones that just don't pay attention. Final projects were 20. Okay. Outside of that, let's see what else we got. Homework assignments. And we'll go through a little bit of one today because you got one this week. It's not going to be a massive assignment. You're okay. It's not a 4-page paper with 15 cited sources like I have to do for PhD classes. Okay. Like, this is super simple stuff. Homework assignments. This goes at the top of every single assignment. All right. You get into the homework assignment. I'll show you how to get this environment. You copy and paste this at the top of every single assignment. Obviously, put your name here, not my name. I don't know how many people think they're Jason Zeller. I'm the only Jason Zeller here. Okay. Put your name at the top. This is like putting the name at the top of your paper like you've done since grade school. If you don't do it, remember, I grade 25 to 75 of these, right? I don't know who you are. I don't give you points. Like, you're in college. It's not complicated. Here's an example of what you need to put in there. The naming of the file needs to follow this structure. All right. So your first name, last name, assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, midterm project, final project. Don't just put final project.py. Okay. Doesn't seem that big to you. What do you think happens when I have 75 final projects.py come in? I'll glue who it is, right? I ever downloaded a file that all has the same file name? What happens? Overwrites it every single time, right? Put your name on the paper, put your name on the file name. Okay. It's really simple. Anybody got any questions on that? Every semester, somebody screws that up. I let it go the first assignment. After that, I start docking for it because it is a pain for me. I got to go reassign your name to that file so it doesn't mesh up with the other students. All right. Okay. What else in there? I think that's it for the overview stuff. If I forgot anything, it will be in the other videos. All right. So I'm going to stop this recording.